get to the sail every chance you can get.
0, 26 up. 8.
Start supporting the watch.
Equalizing too quick.
6,000 yards, broad aspect, CPA 3,000 yards to the east in about 10 minutes.
Right here, and my job is to manage, yes, besides getting shined in the face with a flashlight, managing contacts for our fine officer of the deck here, Lieutenant Van Olst. My name is Neil Greenland, Lieutenant, Supply Officer. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I might regain night vision again sometime tomorrow after having that bright flashlight shine in my face.
So I'm sorry.
Roll Tide.
Go Gators.
Where are you from?
I am from Pearson, Florida, a small town west of Daytona Beach.
West of Daytona.
Yes. I went to University of Florida, sporting the rocking the Gator visor here, which is my on watch signature. It's my watch cap.
People wear personalized hats.
Oh yeah, why do you guys get to wear different ball caps?
It's I guess this is a sub thing.
It is a sub thing.
Yeah, it's a sub thing. Generally we're embarked.
We're submerged.
Yeah, we're submerged. No one can see. We it's kind of a crew morale thing. You know, surface fleet at least gets to breathe fresh air and have a good feel for what time of day it is. Whereas if we're underwater for significant amounts of time, it's just watch to watch. We don't really know what's going on, what time of day it is. We just get into our routine. So it's kind of a morale thing.
What about the tennis shoes? Is there like a tactical reason you wear those?
Actually, yes.
Also, deck master, casters, quartermaster.
The rubber-soled shoes are a little more quiet walking around. So our primary, the way we get caught as a submarine is noise, and you wouldn't think about it, but if we get close to something and we're running around with heavy-toed shoes, it could potentially put out a sound transit. It could allow us to get picked up.
What's like the craziest thing you've ever seen somebody wear underway?
That would definitely be Petty Officer Jorgensen's silk sleeping robe. It reminds me of something Hugh Hefner would wear. It's very interesting.
What about as far as like hats and tennis shoes, since those are kind of like a part of your, like more of your everyday uniform? Do people really like to jazz it up with the footwear and the headgear and stuff?
I wouldn't say too much. You know, foot gear, it's pretty much limited to boat shoes and tennis shoes. And then the bulk of the headgear I've seen is, you know, for example, my college alma mater, other people's favorite college or pro teams, and then just other kind of stuff people wear, I guess.
Are there any like official rules regarding hats and shoes? Like what if I wanted to wear like a neon hat with like a duck bill on it? Would that be authorized?
I don't know if the duck bill would be authorized. That's kind of a judgment call. Kind of leave it up to the Master Chiefs to police that.
How long have you been with the ship, sir?
I checked on board July of last year.
So from July of last year to a few weeks before commissioning, what is it been like to kind of see the ship transform and people kind of joining it?
It's been an interesting process. We definitely, when I first got here, you couldn't really move around anywhere very comfortably. The boat was sitting in a building on blocks. There was, for example, in a space this big, there would be 20, 30 guys working, equipment everywhere, putting the boat together, and then now we're out to sea, driving around. It's a fully functional warship, and it's been really neat. They all the crazy technology and technical details that go into building this thing, you'd never think they could turn it around that fast, but we've gone from sitting in a building with a big hole cut in our side for access for the workers to now we're transiting on the surface off the coast of Florida, and it's really cool.
What do you think it'll be like after the ship is commissioned? I mean, I know you guys kind of had like the life cycle and stuff leading up to your first deployment, but do you think it'll feel any different for the crew and kind of like what you guys do operationally?
I think we'll definitely feel a little more like a naval unit once we've got USS in front of our name, as opposed to a PCU, pre-commissioned unit. And I think everyone's real excited about that, and it'll be a proud moment for all of us.
What does it mean to you to be like part of this submarine and be a plane commander?
It really means a lot. Like I say, the 30 years from now, 40 years from now, when they decommission this submarine, there's going to be that plaque showing all the plank owners, the first crew who ever took her to sea, and that's real special for me and I think for everybody else too.
Do you have anything else you would like to add? Anything else you would like to say about the ship?
Just go Minnesota, and happy to have you on board, and we're all really excited to commission here in a few days or a few weeks, and be part of the real Navy.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Can you say your first and last name?
It's Randy Mixon, M-I-X-O-N.
Can you spell your last name?
M-I-X-O-N with an N.
What are you doing here?
I'm currently the co-pilot, which my primary job is to shift water around as we need it from tank to tank, run the ventilation system, do different things of that nature.
Okay. How long have you been with the ship?
About a year and a half now.
So where was the ship when you first joined the crew?
It was still in the building in 3 pieces. It was, different seeing it go from shifting around from 3 pieces to operating it now.
What are you looking forward to as far as the commissioning in a few weeks?
Just being able to get out and become a real submarine. I mean, we're kind of doing our job now, but it'll be nice once we're out and we're commissioned and go out and do good things.
How many other boats have you been on?
3 previous ones.
So this is your first Virginia class?
Yes.
How is this different than your other boats?
It's way more advanced as far as the electronics side. Where
for 6 knots.
For 6 knots, pilot eye.
where we had a lot more valves and things that you would operate, now it's a lot more computer screens and things of that nature, so it's getting us a little bit more advanced.
Well, the thing whenever they answer turns
Overall,
for 6
the
knots.
boats generally act and do the same things, it's just this is way more advanced as far as the electronic side of it.
Would you say that, like, back in the day you had more people doing different things and now you have kind of like systems and machines doing things?
In some aspects, yes. Others, I mean, we still have basically the same amount of people on board. Co-pilot.
can go in depth more about it.
So the jobs are still there. I mean, we still have to maintain the systems. We still have to basically oversee the systems. It's just the way we manipulate them. Instead of, switches and valves, a lot more of it's touch screen, that kind of stuff. So we still have to maintain it. So we still generally have the same amount of people.
Did you guys do any special training to operate on this specific platform of Submarine?
As far as co-pilot, pilot, yes. We spend a lot of time. They have a Virginia trainer, and we spend a lot of time, for some guys, almost 2 years. For me, about almost a year in the trainers prior to coming out and even qualifying. So it was kind of unique coming out for a ship for the first time and actually operating it. And we were all kind of fresh at it. It was kind of different.
What was the training like? Like, was it simulators?
Yes, it for the most part looks exactly like this, except you're inside of a building, inside of a trainer that moves around, and we can simulate everything that we do here. So it's very realistic as far as the way that it acts and the things that it does. So we were able to get a lot of really good training out of it.
Did you feel differently kind of coming here and getting your hands on the real thing?
Yeah, it's always a little bit scary because in the building, if you make a mistake, you just hit reset, and here you don't get to play. You don't get to push the reset button.
I didn't know if we could just touch back on
He is in the bridge, sir.
I'll let you miss is in the bridge too, troubleshooting.
the importance of the pilot and co-pilot on board and the significance of what it is you guys do.
I mean, we are we maintain the ship as far as the driving. The safety of the ship, safety of the crew, kind of relies on is relied on us. We have the officer deck that backs us up, but I mean, ultimately, if we push the wrong button and we do the wrong thing, it's still kind of up to us. So we have a lot of immediate actions and casualties and things of that nature. So we kind of have to be on the ball. If you're not paying attention, something could go bad quick. So it's.
What's that like, having that responsibility?
It's a pretty big responsibility. Luckily, there's a lot of backup systems and a lot of people to back us up, but still, there's a lot to it. If a guy makes a mistake, or for like earlier when we were doing large angles, that could very easily go wrong if somebody does the wrong thing. So it's the other aspect of that too is now with the auto systems, you really have to be vigilant and watch, because even though it's an autopilot or auto, you still have to pay attention to what the computer's doing. So, in some, used to you were hands-on everything, and now you're just kind of watching to make sure nothing goes wrong, and that can be nerve-wracking sometimes.
What's the best part of this job?
Pretty much everything. I mean, it's just a good job. Not very many people get to live underwater for months on end and go out and do these kind of things. So I've been doing it for almost 25 years now, so it's not too bad.
All right. What does it mean to you to be a plank owner?
It's kind of an honor. That's another thing in the Navy. Very few people actually get to go through a new commissioning and see a ship go from pieces to an actual functioning warship. So it's pretty interesting to be able to see the whole process and a sense of pride that when I'm like 90 years old, they're going to be decommissioning this thing. So it's kind of an honor to know that you were there and have your name on the walls being the first guys.
Is there anything else you'd like to add? Anything else you'd like to say about Mighty Warship Minnesota?
She's a great ship, great crew. Really happy to be a part of it. So,
excellent.
Not always in your career do you always get the best crews. There's always certain crews that are not as tight or whatever, and this crew is really well together. Especially for a junior crew that's you know, in all actuality, we don't have very much time to see together. And a lot of the guys have never been to sea other than on here. So they're all doing real well about learning and training, and happy to be here.
We're filming here. It's a children's show. Yeah. Dirty old code.
Once they're done with that, they'll let the officer know that they have a SAT 1/3 trim, and then we'll go a little bit deeper, and our next evolution will be some high-speed turns.
One up. 550, 26 up. 500 feet, 27 up. 450, 27.3 up. Zero out, please. Zero out, please. Up, please. 300 feet, 2-1 down. 350, 2-4 down. Zero about planes. Zero about planes up. 550 feet, 2-6 down.
All plane 0. 600 feet.
Pull up. Pull up point, 10 rise.
10 rise up. All planes 10 rise. 650.
650. $700 feet. Stack on our depth, 200 feet.
What are you doing with the sign?
Hey, what are you ready to do with the sign?
Why are you taking it down?
Yeah, he is.
Guess his legs. Very inventive, I thought.
Right now, the first shot is going into target search to look for the going after the target. As soon as they do that, I believe we're going to shoot the next one. sizing too great.
I was in and out, but I never volunteered for overnight. Right? Never put my knees down for overnight.
I left you out of this. I left you out of this. I figured you didn't know what you were talking about.
I did. I did.
There you go.
It's video.
Oh, now we look stupid. Come on.
You were dancing on TV in Minnesota too.
That's true. Videos with the South Origin.
Now EPA will be 3,000 yards, bearing 030, 0 minutes. Recommend maintain course speed.
So, 6,000 yards, broad aspect, CPA 3,000 yards to the east in about 10 minutes.
Torpedoes. Need some more light in there?
People, and you can kind of see, looks like they're doing some traction maybe.
Forces it into the tube and pushes the weapon out. Basically, our torpedo tubes are giant water guns.
Really?
Yep.
You get to say all the chance you can get?
Thanks, Doc.
A bearing 345, range 3,000 yards in 2-3 minutes. Says no risk of collision. We are free to maneuver. Recommend maintaining course speed to overtake Romeo 28.
I was assigned to USS Nimitz for about 3 years. And then I've been on USS Freedom.
Your award for the day.
No, I'm doing a hell of a job. I tell you.
This is fire control there, like yours. Fire control. Their job is to take the data from sonar.
And we're on a moving ship.
In order to open CPA to Romeo 2A and dogleg the next turn.
AKA slugs.
Connor is down.
Attention and control, designated Romeo 2A to contact of concern.
There it is.
There you go.
Bam.
He's 13,457 yards away, so it's almost 7 miles.
Nice.
I got on a plane one time coming off one of these submarines. I sat down next to a little old lady being Pretty
It's
cool.
12,937 yards away.
Very cool.
And then just use this button right here, and you can scroll around the whole ship. And you can go up, down, scroll around, and you're good to go.
It's always a key point when you start supporting the watch wheel. The difference between an officer and a license plate. Oh, Submarine?
Hey, Alexa, enjoy. It's wired, it's a long arm.
UCS? SSN, CS3? CSS. CSS.
On the school, they have